Let us consider another example to calculate form factor, peak factor, RMS value of sinusoidal voltages. Let us consider an example. Consider an AC circuit. AC current is represented by AC current. Consider an AC current is represented by I equal to 28.2 sine 100 pi t. Determine one RMS value, form factor for this. What is the form factor for this current and RMS value? How to calculate RMS value and form factor for the current? Given current is given that I equal to 28.2 sine 100 pi t. This equation we can compare with I equal to I max sine omega t. If you compare this, I max is 28.2. If you compare this, I max is 28.2 and omega t is 100 pi t. This is the standard form of AC current, alternating current equation, I max sine omega t. Instantaneous value I equal to I max sine omega t. If you compare this with the standard equation, you will get I max. From this equation, I max equal to, if you compare this, this is the I max, 28.2 amps I max. To calculate RMS value, how to calculate RMS value? I max by root 2, that is square root of 2. First one is RMS value. How to calculate RMS value? There is a formula, IRMS equal to I max by maximum value by root 2. That is 28.2 divided by root 2. What is the answer? 28.2 by root 2 is 19.94 amperes is the RMS value. Next, to calculate form factor. KF, assume that form factor, that is IRMS by I average. It is the ratio of RMS value to average value. First we have to calculate RMS value, already we calculated. Now we go for average value. What is I average equal to? What is the formula? What we derived in average value is 0.637 Im. That is the formula, or 2 Im by pi. 2 Im by pi. 2 by pi value is 0.637, or I average equal to 2 Im by pi. If you substitute 2 by pi value, you will get 0.637. Now first we have to calculate I average. I average equal to 0.637 or 2 Im by pi. Im value is 28.2 divided by pi. Now it gives 17.96 amperes. Now we are going for calculation of form factor. Form factor KF equal to IRMS is, we are substituting IRMS, already we calculated 19.94 divided by RMS value is 99.94. Average value we have to substitute 17.96. The ratio gives 1.11. This is the answer of form factor. That means form factor always 1.11 for a sinusoidal wave. The form factor value it varies for square wave, triangular wave, like that. But sinusoidal wave, whatever be the voltage current, if you consider this equation or if you consider any equation, you will get 1.11 only. That is the form factor for a sinusoidal wave is 1.11. Let us see another example, how to calculate RMS value, average value, peak factor and form factor for a sinusoidal voltage of maximum voltage is 100 volts. A sinusoidal voltage, maximum voltage is maximum voltage of sinusoidal, Vmax equal to 100 volts. We have to calculate one peak factor, form factor, RMS value and all. First we go for VRMS. VRMS equal to Vmax by root 2, 100 by root 2. That gives 0.707. 0.707 into Vm. What is 100 by root 2 is 0.707 into 100. 1 by root 2 value 0.707. That equal to 70.7 volts. Now average value, because to calculate form factor we have to know average value also. Second one, average value. Average value is given by 2 Vm by pi. This is the formula to calculate 2 Vm by pi. 2 Vm by pi ఎలా వస్తుంది అనేది అంతకు ముందు వీడియోలో చెప్పాం. 2 Vm by pi that equals 0.637 Vm. If you substitute Vm already given 100 volts. If you substitute that you will get 63.7 volts is the average value. Now third one, peak factor. How to calculate peak factor? Peak factor is defined as Vmax by Vrms. It is the ratio of peak factor is given by Kp. If you assume that peak factor is given by Vmax by, it is the ratio of Vmax by Vrms. The ratio of maximum value to RMS value is known as peak factor. That is 100 by maximum value already given 100 volts. Now Vrms is 70.7. That equal to 1.414. Now we go for form factor. Form factor is the ratio of RMS value to average value. Form factor Kf equal to Vrms by V average. V average we calculated as 63.7. Vrms is 70.7. Substitute directly, you will get 1.11. That is, form factor is always 1.11 for a sinusoidal voltage. Like that, we have to calculate, we have to analyze which is the highest value, maximum value from the equation, and we have to know what is the standard equation of current and voltages. Small v equal to standard equation of current I equal to I max sin omega t. Omega t is the angle, and V also given by V max sin omega t. This is the standard voltage equation of a sinusoidal voltage. If you compare this and know the formulas, then you can calculate RMS value, average value, peak factor and form factor.